Hello everybody, today is Friday, March 23rd, and it's 4:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The regular session just closed about 7 minutes ago. On my left is the time and sales for the Emini S&P, currently trading at 25.95. So really interesting day in the markets today. The S&P futures selling off hard and testing the lows. I'm just going to bring over a daily chart of the S&P cash, and you can see that here's today a giant down day, and we're testing the lows, and if this breaks, it's probably not going to look good. Would probably confirm a change of direction, although it would have to get lower than this low. There's a big tail here on this day. So anyway, this is probably has something to do with interest rates gradually starting to go up again, and everything is cyclical. So it was a great day for the Autotrader. First up is the DAX on 150 Heikin-Ashi chart, and this hit its goal of 2,500. Here's the template here, and then the goal on this is 2,550. So indeed it hit its goal, but not without some up and down movement here. We actually didn't really take any heat. We came up to a profit of about 1,200 and then went back to break even and then came up, ultimately hitting our goal. Okay, so the Emini S&P quite volatile today. Next is the Emini S&P on a regular Renko chart, and there was two trades here. This has a 6 Renko as a higher time frame, so pretty nice looking trades here just on a regular Renko chart, doing 1,700 for the day. Here is the template, and our goal was 1,750, so obviously we hit our goal here. Okay, here's the Emini S&P on a 1-minute chart. You can see the indicator signals here and the big sell-off in the second half of the day. And the Autotrader on a 1-minute chart did really well. Number of trades here, and if I tighten up the equity curve, we can kind of see how it went. We had a drawdown of about $400, and then looks like a loser here. Looks like 4 losers and 2 winners, something like that. But this hit its goal of 2,000, which is strong for the Emini S&P, and didn't have any slippage, and it did it mostly before the big volatility occurred at the end of the day. So pretty impressive on a 1-minute chart. This is a limit order with a pullback of only 4 ticks, and as I said the other day, it could probably be a little more than 4 ticks, but anyway, working well. Okay, the Nasdaq on a Super Renko 10 tick was pretty active today. Here is our equity curve. Quite a few trades, drawing down about $500 or $600, and a lot of trades on this chart actually, but nevertheless coming up and finishing at 1,500 for the day, and our goal is 1,500. Okay, next is the DAX on a Super Renko 7 tick, and this was moderately active today. Quite a few trades, but came up and ultimately hit its goal of 1,500. And this was all done in 1 hour of trading, so quite active for an hour of trading, but still came up and hit its goal in just 1 hour of trading, our goal being 1,500 on this one. Okay, next up is the mid cap, and this is on a 1-minute Heikin-Ashi chart. I was plotting this before, and then it got deleted from the workspace, so I brought it back on a 1-minute Heikin-Ashi chart, and it hit its goal today. The goal on this is only about 1,400, and this was not very active. It just had 3 or 4 trades, and that's good. That's kind of what you want. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a 987 tick line break chart, and as I stated in yesterday's video, this has been very, very consistent for us, and it was noteworthy of consideration. So this hit its goal today. I think it's 1,300 is the goal on this one, and so obviously we had a couple of ticks of slippage, but this did this on a single trade, and line break signals looking really solid here. Okay, next up is the Nasdaq on a 987 tick Heikin Ashi chart. This did 995 for the day, and our goal on this is 1,000. This did this on a single trade. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a 1597 Heikin Ashi chart, and this also hit its goal on a single trade. As you can see here, on this chart I want to point out that the indicator signals are about as perfect as they could be. Okay, next up is the crude oil on a Super Renko 6 tick, and this hit its goal of 1,000, had a couple of ticks of slippage, moderately active today, but finished trading by noon, trading 2 contracts. Next up is the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 4 tick. This has a higher time frame filter of a Super Renko 6. It used to be something different, but I changed it just to see how it would perform with a little bit higher time frame, and that worked out pretty good, as you can see here. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 2 tick. This has been a really consistent chart for us. We've seen it a lot, and this hit its goal today of 750, and it did so on 2 trades, and you can see them here. Somebody had asked about filtering out chop, and the higher time frame is a great way to do it. You can see here that it only goes in the direction of the blue bars when the background is green, and it only goes with the red bars when it's short, so it filters out any market vibrations and market noise. Okay, next up is the Emini S&P on a Super Renko 6 tick chart. This one starts trading at 12:30 noon, and it hit its goal in a single short trade with no slippage. Our goal on this is 750, and this is about as perfect of a trade as it could be. We got filled on our limit order. You can see it traded through the price and then exited near the low of this swing. So hitting its goal in a single trade and being done trading in 15 minutes today. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching today.